You and I both know how it feels when you finally put down the controller and you're actually proud of the fact that you've made such an amazing character. But then it kind of sinks in, especially when you look at your playtime. You spent over 1,000 hours on this character, and you realize maybe even some of those hours could have been spent leveling up your own character, your real life character. And usually that's the thing that people get extremely sad about. They get depressed about it because they think they have wasted their life. But the thing you need to understand is why on earth you even did spend 1,000 hours leveling up a character to the amazing status that you got it to in the first place, instead of doing something like watching 1,000 hours of Netflix or movies or listening to 1,000 hours of songs, or maybe even the fact that you could have done 1,000 hours of partying and drinking. No, you didn't choose those things. Instead, you chose to get this character to where they are now. It is undeniable the amount of work and effort that you put into that. But for a reason, to you, it didn't feel like work or effort. It felt enjoyable, even if it was frustrating. And I know it was frustrating. The thing that pisses me off the most about how people perceive video games is that they're for people who are lazy, when those same people are the ones who just spend their time after work watching Netflix for hours and hours, realizing that Netflix doesn't take any skill or determination or focus or discipline to be able to get to the end of the series, but for a video game character to get from level 0 to get to a level 100 and beyond takes all of those things: skill, discipline, motivation. You've got to lock in if you want to be successful in the game world. And the same thing is true if you want to be successful in the real world as well. This is just one of the reasons why your love for gaming is actually your greatest advantage in life, because you're starting from a point where people are so far behind on their forms of entertainment, going out to parties and drinking, watching Netflix, binging series, all these kind of things. Don't take any skill or any effort. Your thing that motivates you, that gets you engaged, is putting in skill and effort by using systems. Because the only reason why you were addicted to the games that you were, and maybe even are now, is because the game designer took so long making these systems for you to help you improve that character. You know that you don't like games without good design. And the same thing is probably true for your life. You don't really like leveling up in your own life because it doesn't have good game design. You don't have a set progression path. You don't know what your current stats are. You don't understand how different areas of your life meld into one another. You don't understand that when you focus on your creativity, it kind of helps with the contribution. You don't understand that when you focus on your mental health, your life force, that it also increases your ability to withstand physical demands. And the reason why you don't understand this is because no one has taught you a system behind it. But the interesting thing is that when you do have a system to understand how different aspects of your character form how that character is going to play out, you know exactly what to do, and you fine tune that character to fit in with the playstyle that you want and with the results that you want. Like when you're building a melee character in Fallout or any other RPG, you know to put points in your strength and your endurance and to ignore other things. And that level of intuitive knowledge goes so far. If I were to ask you for like a standard RPG game, how would you build a warrior versus a mage? You would instantly click and you would tell me so many different variables that you would need to understand to be able to make that change. But if I asked you a similar question for real life, like if I wanted to focus more on my mental health versus my physical health, you really probably don't know much about the differences and the actual combinations between how those things affect each other. So if you're going to take anything away from this video, understand this. You spent over 1,000 hours leveling up that game character because game designers created systems for you to enjoy that improvement, even if it was frustrating. And the same thing is going to apply to leveling up your character and spending thousands of hours improving yourself. You need to be the game designer of your own life and create systems that are going to help you engage with your improvement. See, most people in their lives are just players. They don't understand that they can actually change the mechanics of how they play the game. This is where you go from the journey of being a doomer, someone who just uses games to detriment their lives, into becoming a designer, someone who uses their understanding of game design to help them elevate their lives and improve it. This is the video I made for you here to understand how to take the journey of just becoming the player of your life to becoming the designer of it.